Hi, I'm Tim and this is Timberway Designs. I've been making a series of videos where I make cabochons out of rocks that I find or purchase. This week I have two rocks here. I have a brachiated Jasper that I found, and I have a piece of Fuchsite that I purchased. And I put a vote out to my viewers to see which one they wanted to be seen made into a cabochon, and the winner is the Fuchsite. I got more votes for this than the Jasper, but don't worry, the Jasper will be made into a cabochon in the future. So let's make a cabochon. So this is this week's project, making a cab out of a piece of Fuchsite. The Mohs on Fuchsite is about 2.5 to 4 is what I've been seeing. I've made a couple cabs out of this, and the shine comes out relatively well. I guess it's got a lot of chromium in it. I don't know, it's kind of like a mica, but the green is just beautiful on this. So, and I'd like to thank all the people that participated in my little vote here for the Fuchsite and Jasper. Like I said, I'll be making a cabochon out of that Jasper, so don't feel too bad that the Fuchsite won if you are a Jasper voter. But yeah, I really appreciate it. It was kind of fun, actually. We'll do this again some other time. So what I'm thinking for this one, I'm going to do this design here. And probably try to use this end up here. It's got kind of a rind on it. I don't know if you can see that or not, which I don't like that. I don't know if it, I don't know what causes that, but I'm going to try to stay in the bright green stuff here. So we're going to position it about like that and get it on there with my, really way out of focus. My ultra fine Sharpie here. Okay, there's the shape. Trapezoidal cut. We'll take it downstairs and we'll trim it off and get it ready to grind down to the lines, and then we'll make a cabochon out of it. So let's head downstairs to trim saw. All right, we're down here on my 5-inch high-tech trim saw, which hopefully someday I'll be getting rid of so I can get a nicer one. They make a 6-inch. It looks a lot better than this thing. So, got our Fuchsite here. I'm gonna cut it across there, then trim the sides up. Alright, I think that's all the closer I'm going to get. Got pretty close to the bottom, but I think we're okay. This stuff cut really easy, so shouldn't take long to put this one together. Alright, we're over here on my Kingsley North 6-inch cabber. Got the piece here, and we're going to grind it down the lines. It's not going in a bezel, so it don't have to be like Space Shuttle Perfect, if you know what that is. So, yeah. I think we're gonna come out good here. Let's get started. All right, this one here's got a little circular thing going on the edge here. So when I'm on these two wheels here, this 80 grit and it's 220, don't stop. You'll leave a flat spot on there, and you won't be able to get it out on these cushioned wheels here. Okay, that's good enough on the 80 grit. We're going to move over to 220. Alright, that's close enough. Now we'll move on to 280. That's just a 280 grit right there. So it's not too, that's not too bad for a stone that's really soft. I'm gonna run it on the 600 here. You're not gonna be able to see it, but you'll be able to hear it. All right, let's see what kind of pre-shine thing we got going here. If I can get it dry. That's not bad. Now there's a little kind of a rough spot in there, but that'll be gone when we dome it with the cab. Got a little dark stuff here, but adds a little flavor to the package. I think this is going to be gorgeous. All right, well, I'm going to take it up, put a dop on it, and then we'll come back and make it into a cabochon. Okay, we're all dopped up here, so we'll continue our trip to make a cabochon. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to start grinding this top edge right here until I get a 45. And then I'm going to have a girdle, a flat spot on the bottom down here, about 1/8 inch, 2 millimeter-ish. And I'm going to grind down to my girdle. And then once I hit that, then I'll grind that edge until basically I'll just have a little flat spot left, right, in the center here. Then we'll start doming it and making a cab. All right, let's go. So first we'll start with the 80 grit to shape it, and then dome it, and then we'll move on to the other grits, the 220, the 280, and then on to the polishing side. Okay, all right, so I got my girdle established. I got my first 45-ish in there, so now I'm going to hit this top edge right here and towards the center. I'm going to stay away from my girdle though. I'm going to just hit this edge right here. Alright, that's good enough for me. This is a relatively soft stone, so don't go too nuts if you ever do any of this stuff here. So I'm going to start doming now. So basically when I'm doming, I'm starting on one end and I'm just working my way to the other end, and then I flip it and I start on one end, I work my way to the other end, and going from the edge, top edge, to the girdle on each side. Now I usually dome it until I'm comfortable with the height. I got my stick on a little crooked there, but that's all right. So I'm kind of happy with that. So I'm going to move on to the 220 grit to take the scratches from the and flat spots from the 80 grit out. So it's the same thing here. This wheel's not as aggressive, but you can grind a flat spot in this, so you got to keep it moving. Same thing, back and forth, up and down, and flip it. All right, that looks good. Now we're going to move on to 280. Starting to look pretty sharp there. I like the color. Now we're going to knock the edges off. All right, it's looking pretty good. Now we're going to move on to the polishing. So I'm going to shut the camera off and we'll start up on the polishing. All right, we're over here on polishing side. Got 600, 1200, 3000, And then right around the corner here is my cerium oxide. So we'll start with the 600. All right, now we're going to move on to the 1200. All right, now to 3000. All right, let's dry this off and see where we're at. Not too bad. Let's run it across the cerium oxide and see if we can bump this up a little bit. Okay, get the splash guard up. Camera repositioned. Let's turn the water on and see what we can do here. There's the shine. A little on the grainy side, but for soft stone, I think that's really good. So we'll go upstairs and take a closer look at it. So I just took the cab out of the freezer, got a nice clean break off the knob, got a really pretty cabochon here. Let's look at it. So let's take a look at this Fuchsite cabochon here. This thing came out, I thought, pretty good. They don't shine like a mirror glass, like, because they got little tiny fractures in them because of the way they're built. But for relatively soft stone, that is an awesome shine. So I broke the edges, I smoothed the back, I don't shine it. We had a little bit of the rind, I called it, but actually I think it adds a little extra to this cab right here. So the color on these Fuchsite cabs are awesome. The green is just, I don't know. I don't think there's any green that really compares about all the cabs I do. It's got a little sparkly thing going in there because of the mica, but it's just I think they're just gorgeous. So I'm going to put a bail on this, and I use this E6000. Seems to work pretty good for me. So just get a little bit out on a toothpick here. I can get a gob out. There we go. Pick the bail up. I just kind of smeared on the toothpick smeared on with the toothpick. You don't need a lot. I'm going to orient it like this. And yeah, looks pretty good. There you have it. Fuchsite cabochon. So we made a beautiful cabochon out of Fuchsite, and I thought it came out really good. The red Jasper, we will make a cabochon out of that probably in a week or two, but you'll see it. And I really appreciate everybody participating in the vote. I think that was kind of fun, and this is the clear winner right here. So when I make my cabochons, this is the way I do it. I know everybody out there that makes cabochons probably has a different way to do it. Maybe you can get something out of this that'll be helpful, or I can get something when I watch you guys make, because I look at stuff on YouTube still too. So I'd like to thank my subscribers. I really appreciate you coming back and watching this content. And if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. It's free. Just go down below, click on subscribed, and slide on over and give me a thumbs up. That gets the analytics out there so more people can see this content. That'd be great. Share it if you want. That bell thing, I really don't care about that. I don't know what that does anyways. So I guess that's all I got, and I'll catch you later.